Alright guys, welcome back. Here's what's getting ready to go down. I have ARTEZA paints here. They had sent me kits to try out. So it was the 14 acrylic premium colors. These were all pearl colors, 36 metallic acrylic colors. I was outside today, watched the sunset over the beach in our backyard, and it was just glowing all kinds of browns and oranges, and it sparks interest. So then I go on Pinterest. Hey, that rhymes. That's so stupid. Anyway, I came across the color scheme that kind of resembles this. So we have burnt sienna, I have black, I have this is scarlet red, which I already have mixed up from a previous pour. The gold is ARTEZA's premium gold, and then Aztec gold pearl mixed together. Okay, so it gives it this really shiny, This is this is my favorite stuff in the whole world. I combined a couple cups that I've been working with into this one. Anyway, it's Pearl Marmalade. I just absolutely love that color. It's like a coppery orange, and you guys know how I feel about orange. So this is Pearl Deep Brown, and I added a little black to it and a little bit of burnt sienna just to make it in between a dark and a milk chocolate. I wanted to throw in one pigment just to show you guys how intermixable everything is. This is the Jasper Red from Primary Elements. I did mix some pouring medium. This is the Untinted Premium Glidden Base 3. So there's 2 parts of the untinted base to 1 part of Craftnique's gel stain. This is my go-to for my varnish for the recipe. This is a form of varnish. It's water-based, it's archival, non-yellowing, UV stabilized. I know it's not going to fail me. I've read some really horrific things about polyacrylic recently. Some people have messaged me panicking because it's turning yellow. I've not messed with it, and I will not mess with it. So Craftnique has the gel stain, and if you want to go thicker, then they have the Grand Finale Top Coat, which is a water-based polyurethane that is not toxic in any way and will not yellow. ARTEZA also sent me some canvases. So I've used their canvases before. I actually still have one hanging on my wall. I sold the others, but great canvases, guys. I have no complaints about them at all. They come with the little wooden inserts, so if you're going to resin it, you can prop them up so you don't have to worry about, the resin sagging into the center. So I have a tablespoon of the already mixed pouring medium in here. After I mix this with 1 part of the gel stain to 2 parts of the pouring medium, then I add a tablespoon into there. I'll add a tablespoon of the burnt sienna and then mix it up. I'm going to make a full tablespoon of this. You can always, not very hard, but you can bang it and it'll level out. And then I got it on my forehead. That's funny. Anyway, you can bang the bags and they'll go back in for the most part. And then just put the cap back on. Acrylic paint dries quick no matter what brand you're using. So keep your caps on. Don't set yourself up for failure like me. They mix very easily into any medium. So this is where I'll add the water. And I usually add like 1/8 of a teaspoon at a time until I get the consistency that I want.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to add like 1/4 of a teaspoon of water to get it to the consistency that I want. Now, since this was a really heavy paint, you actually could have, so if I did 1 tablespoon of the pouring medium that was already mixed and then 1 tablespoon of paint, you really could come in with another tablespoon of the pouring medium. I'd add it slowly and mix it. If your color starts to really buckle and become light, then I would ease up on, you know, putting the full tablespoon. But I'm still experimenting with these colors. I just wanted to let you guys know what is possible. Yeah, that's still way too thick. All right, so here we go. I'm going to add about a quarter, no, that was about a half of a teaspoon of the pouring medium. All right, we're almost there. So I'm just going to add a little more water, and I think we'll be good. This is a very heavy color to begin with, so you just kind of have to work it. All right, that's okay, because the trace dissipated within a couple seconds. I'll make the cell activator on camera for you real quick. I'm still using Amsterdam titanium white. The Floetrol again. So this is a teaspoon. Come on, there we go. So we got 1, 2, a teaspoon. So I'm going to add half of that into the teaspoon, because I don't need a lot, I believe, for what I'm doing. So that's about half right there.
A few moments later.
And there you have it. It's running off perfectly the way I want it. It's a little bit of water. There you have it. That's perfect for me. I wanted it to be kind of like an off-white. So I'm going to add 1 drop of the high flow nickel azo gold quinacridone. So we got 1. 1 was perfect. That's all I wanted. Just like a tiny tinge of gold. Can you see that compared to the stick? Here we go. So let's let's hope this works out, because yeah, we're gonna go right in the center like this, and I'm just kind of widening my area, and then I'm gonna coil back into the center for now. Right? So I want to start off with the Jasper Red. And I'm gonna, you know what, we're just gonna pour it. We're gonna go like that, and like that, and then in the center. Okay? Like that, right? This is like almost black, but it has like a plum texture to it. So come in there, go like that, like that, like that. I'm kind of doing like a star, you know, asterisk kind of thing. Now this is really heavy. So after I drop this guy, I know I need to move quick. Right? It almost looks like a big asterisk, right? And this guy, I'm just going to coil right around the center. Here's the gold. Now the gold is going to go all over, because that's what I want all around, right? Right? Around. There we go. I'm going to grab my blow dryer. All right, I'm going to stop. All right, let's give it a stretch and see what happens, right? Come on, man. Give me something. Sorry for bumping the camera, you guys. That's crazy looking. Oh my gosh. Has anybody ever done a bloom like this before? Yikes. That is crazy. I just want to get that one spot over there. It looks like marble. Come on, baby. Gimme, 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 gimme. I don't want measles. Come on, just go over the edge for me. Please. It's going, gone. All right. Now let's bring it back. Wow. That is wild. Whew. Oh mon Dieu. All right, we're done. Let me get my hands out of the way. Wow. That is not what I had in mind, but boy, that is something different. Let's get you down so y'all can check it out. Oh my gosh. Do you see all that? God, I wish you guys could see the flicker. Maybe now you can. This is all metallic goodness. ARTEZA and Primary Elements. I freaking love you. There you go. All right, here we are, fully dry. That is what I'm talking about. So everything came out really nice. You could see when I tilt from one side to the other how the light shifts. That just makes me lose my stuff. So a couple people put GAC 800 in their mix to keep crazing from happening, but I like it. When I'm doing resin, if you're doing varnish, really I would consider doing it so you have a thin coat, you know, not uneven in certain spots. Resin, it like doing a flood coat, it's just going to coat everything and self-level itself. So I really don't mind, you know, not using the GAC 800 if I'm going to resin. But for varnishing, yeah, that's a totally different story. So I'll get you in for a close-up. I'm trying to hold my hand as still as possible. But there it is. There's so many possibilities with the bloom recipe. You just got to think about it. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.